I'm Bob, and today we're looking at a paradox. Why do some people earn millions, yet live in constant crushing fear of going broke? There's one habit that separates the truly wealthy from those just playing a role, and it's not what you think. Stick around, because this might be the reason your bank account is growing, but your stress is growing faster. We're going to break down 5 psychological traps that keep high earners stuck in a cycle of fear. It isn't just about the numbers in your account, it's about the internal software running the show. If you've ever felt like your success was just one paycheck away from disappearing, this is for you. Let's start with reason 1, the ghost debt syndrome. Even with zero actual debt, high earners often feel the pressure of their previous lifestyle, essentially chasing a version of themselves that no longer exists. It's like running a race where the finish line keeps moving further away every time you get close. This leads us to our first core concept, the treadmill trap. It's the constant need to upgrade your surroundings simply because your income leveled up. You traded the Honda for the BMW, but now you're terrified of the maintenance costs, turning your success into a cage. But reason 2 is where things get really heavy, the invisible scorecard. Many of us were raised to believe our value is tied to our net worth, which creates a deep-seated fear of losing status. Surveys show that nearly 40% of high earners report feeling insecure about their future, regardless of their assets. It's not your fault. Your brain is wired to survive, and in the modern world, losing status feels like a threat to your existence. But realizing that this is just a biological glitch is the first step toward freedom. If you don't break the cycle, you'll never feel secure, no matter how much you make. Reason 3, the maintenance paradox. The more you have, the more you have to protect, which shifts your focus from growth to defense. You stop being an innovator and start being a gatekeeper, and gatekeepers are always in fear of the gates being breached. I lived this myself a few years ago. I was pulling in 6 figures, but I was so terrified of losing it that I couldn't sleep. Every decision was based on what I might lose, not what I could gain. I was successful on paper, but broke in my head. Then I had a realization. I was playing the game to win, but I never defined what winning looked like. I had to pivot from defense to a strategy of calculated abundance. Once I hit that turning point, the fear started to evaporate. Which of these 3 traps are you in right now? Take a second to really think about it, because knowing the enemy is half the battle. Reason 4 is where almost everyone slips up, so let's dive into that in a second. Reason 4, the social comparison loop. You look at your peers and think they have it all figured out. But the truth? Most people are one missed bonus away from a complete financial collapse. Comparing your behind the scenes with their highlight reel is a guaranteed way to stay miserable. It's like comparing the engine of a Ferrari to the paint job of a Kia. You see the shine, but you don't know if the engine is running on fumes. Trust me, the wealthiest people I know are rarely the ones flaunting it in the parking lot. And finally, reason 5, the lack of financial purpose. This is the big one that almost nobody addresses. If you don't have a why for your money, it becomes a what to worry about. Without a destination, you're just carrying a heavier and heavier backpack for no reason. Your money should be a tool that builds the life you actually want, not a weight that anchors you to a cubicle. You need to transition from accumulation to utilization. Money is just stored energy, and if you keep it locked up in fear, it's not doing any work for you. Remember this: wealth is what you keep, but peace is what you experience. If you have the wealth but none of the peace, you're missing the entire point of the game. You are the architect of your own financial reality. To recap, identify your ghost debts, stop the invisible scorecard, balance your maintenance, ignore the social loop, and define your purpose. These 5 steps are the path to finally sleeping soundly, regardless of the economy or your tax bracket. This is how you become the person money works for, not the other way around. It's not an overnight change, but every small step counts. If this hit home for you, hit the like button and subscribe to Bob Builds Wealth for more no-nonsense talk. I'm Bob. I'll see you in the next one. Don't let your ego dictate your bank account. Build a life that actually feels as good as it looks on paper. Keep growing and stay smart.
Wait, before you go, realize that fear is just a signal that you're playing a high-stakes game, but you don't have to play it in the dark. If you've been feeling this pressure, share your story in the comments. We're all in this transition together.
The shift from being a rich person living in fear to a wealthy person living in peace happens in the mind first, then in the account. Change your perspective, and you change the trajectory of your entire financial future.
You aren't your past expenses. You aren't your current income. You are the sum of the decisions you make starting right now. Let go of the need to impress and start the process of actually building.
Most people stay stuck because they refuse to admit they're scared. But you've made it this far, which means you're ready to face it. That's the true definition of growth. Look at the people around you. How many of them are truly free? You have the tools now to create your own lane, one that isn't paved with anxiety or the need for constant validation. The treadmill trap isn't a permanent condition. It's a choice you can opt out of today. Stop comparing, start building your own metrics, and watch how quickly your mindset shifts toward true prosperity.
Your money is a resource, and like any resource, it should be used to support your vision, not define your self-worth. You are more than a bank statement.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to check out our other videos on building sustainable wealth. We cover everything from mindset to tactical saving strategies that actually work. It's time to stop chasing the ghost of who you were told to be and start becoming who you actually want to be. The process starts with a single, calm decision to prioritize your peace.
Thanks for trusting me with your time today. It's a privilege to share these insights with you. Remember, true wealth isn't just about the money. It's about the freedom to choose your own path.
We often mistake net worth for self-worth, creating a hedonic treadmill where the finish line constantly moves further away. Even when your bank account hits 7 figures, your nervous system remains wired to the scarcity mindset of your younger, struggling self. You aren't just managing money. You are managing a subconscious fear that it could all be ripped away tomorrow. Consider the lifestyle creep trap, where every raise is immediately cannibalized by new, expensive obligations you didn't even want. You tell yourself it's just investing in your image, but in reality, you are building a golden cage that requires constant, high-stress maintenance. True financial freedom isn't the ability to buy more. It's the ability to finally stop worrying about whether you have enough. See you in the next one. We have a lot more ground to cover on this journey to financial independence. Stay focused, stay humble, and keep building. Remember, the best investment you'll ever make is in your own psychology. Everything else is just math. Now go out there and build something that lasts. Before you go, 2 quick things. If this helps you, tap like and hit subscribe. That's how you get more videos like this, and it tells the algorithm to show this to more people who need it. And if you know someone this could help, send them the link. You might just change their day. That's how Bob Builds Wealth grows and reaches more people like you. I'm Bob. See you in the next one.